it's kind of, it's something. God is awesome because what he is doing in this day and in this time and even today in this congregation is what he's been dealing with me on for quite some time. And I was kind of like, God, you want me to say this to him? And he's so awesome because he comes time and time again with confirmation. And so I thank God for the word that he is going to deliver today. Yeah. We need it for such a time as this. He's been dealing with me on it. Just on yesterday, as I was just kind of resting, he was speaking to me and he was showing me the world and how we look at things these days. Just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm going to be speaking on today, it is our relationship with God. Do your part. So often we have relationships, or we've been in relationships where one party is not doing their part. How many of you guys have been in relationships where it seems like you're doing everything and the other person is doing absolutely nothing? Amen. That's not a good feeling, is it? No. No, it's not, because in order to be in a relationship, it takes at least how many people? Two. You cannot be in a relationship with yourself. So it takes at least two people to have a relationship. Yeah. So God has been dealing with me on this because he took me back to thinking about how not all families are single parent families, but a majority of the families these days are single parent families. So the children that they're raising don't quite understand relationship, do they? So when you raise these kids, they come up with what they think is a relationship, right? What they've been exposed to as a relationship, right? And so then they have kids, and their kids come up with the same concept, right? So what happens after this pattern just keeps repeating itself? Well, we have people that end up being in high positions, and they're making decisions for relationships, they're making decisions for family, when they clearly have no idea of what it means. Come on. Right? So God says we have to start somewhere, and God has been dealing with me, taking his people back to the basics, because clearly we made this thing a little too complex. And God never meant for it to be complex. He always meant for it to be basic. Okay? And what I mean by basic is the basic instructions. And where does the basic instructions for living come from? The Bible. Well, we've kind of deviated from the Bible. We don't want to read the Bible. And even on this morning, God told me, he said, that's why I had to invent books. He said the Bible was the only book in the beginning. But because we didn't want to read the Bible, he had to give us something that would tickle our fancy and entertain us. So that's why we have authors now. That's why we have people writing books. And that's why you'll pick up a book and read it before you pick the Bible up and read it, right? So he's got to get his message to us in some kind of way, okay? So he said, take my people back to the basics. So today's lesson is a relationship with God. Do your part, okay?